What's up, you guys? Tony's here again for Project Grow. We are on the third week. It is Thursday, January 22nd, 2015. I hope you guys are still on course with your resolutions for becoming a better you for the new year. Me personally, I am on day 21 of my juice, tonic, and tea cleanse, so I have not eaten a single bite of food in the last 3 weeks. So I have an absurd amount of energy to come at you guys with a little bit more enthusiasm. We're going to brief on a little bit of recap of what we went through on the subconscious seeding series for Project Grow within the last couple of weeks. Then I'm just going to dive into a little bit more of part 2 of the mental approach that we started last week. But just to give you guys a little bit of tidbit, to question everything on a food source standpoint. For you to question and go through those experiences, you get a little bit more knowledge of what you're intaking on a food level. But also when it comes down to labels and ingredients, keep your ingredients below 5. If it's a little bit more easier for your body to understand what it's consuming in digestive ways where your enzymes can be a little bit more potent in getting more nutrients from those foods. But also at the same time, read your labels. If you can't pronounce a certain ingredient, don't touch it, don't buy it, don't eat it. Pretty self-explanatory, but also at the same time, I said this in the first week about my nutritional tips about produce. If you want to go down the convenient route to do a pesticide wash, after watching a specific documentary on Netflix called GMO OMG, I am sorry for giving you that information. Only get organic produce. It's the only way to do it on a bioavailable and also nutrient-dense way. So only do produce in an organic fashion. That's it. But other than that, we piggied up a little bit on what I talked about on vitality last week, a little bit more importance on that, just to kind of touch base on the mental approach aspect of what truly is vitality. Understanding the concept, nobody is perfect. This is all a progressive level. This is the reason why I do these videos, to kind of give you a more intuitive information, and you guys can give me those feedback. And thank you guys for getting back to me and, you know, constantly asking me about these questions, because it fuels my fire to continue to do these things. This is what I truly love to do, and I thank you guys for your constant support and your feedback based on these questions for these first couple weeks of videos. But not only that, what vitality entails: sleep, nutrition, exercise. It all correlates with your lifestyle. If you keep all those in tune, everything's a little bit more easier to go into. But I also think what truly is important in vitality is tapping into your subconscious. That is the whole purpose of this series, because if you tap into your subconscious, it will overrule your conscious thinking and everything will become second nature. When I was a kid, I was always a little bit envious of those people who could just have that innate ability to get up and constantly do things without having to worry about a second thought. So I think when you tap into your subconscious, reaffirm yourself that you are powerful, you are knowledgeable, you are a beautiful human being that has the right and are capable of doing progressive things and making right decisions by your nutritional standpoint, you become a little bit more easier to make those decisions. But not only that, I wanted to give you guys a couple of tidbits on knowledge-based resources for you guys to empower yourself on a food standpoint. If you guys do not have Netflix, spend that $8 a month, do it. It's the best thing you can invest to on an actual social and a little bit more intuitive nutritional information if you guys stay on that route. But also just a couple of documentaries that I would love you guys to check out. And then if you guys have any feedback or anything like that, get back to me. You guys have my information to do so. But first off, knowledge is power resources. I want you to check out Food Inc. Definitely Forks Over Knives. Hungry for Change. I picked up on this a little bit. GMO OMG. That kind of blew my mind a little bit on how everything is translucent in our industrial way of producing food, and those statistics based on what is genetically modified in our society and what is consumed by the masses is, in my mind, disgusting. So if you guys look into that, take that into account when you guys go out to purchase everything, because your dollar means so much when you're putting it towards the right businesses and providing it for the right families who actually produce on an organic and a sustainable level. But also that Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. It's an older documentary made back in 2008 by Joe Cross. He picked up a little bit more on the juicing aspect. He took 60 days out of his way to just do juicing, nothing but juice. A little bit extreme, but also at the same time nothing different much of what I'm doing right now. But he kind of gave that landscape of what a nutritional aspect can actually do for you guys, and I think that's a great documentary to check out. But also at the same time, he did make a second one, a Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead 2, that just came out not too long ago, and he talks about processed food and how it's somewhat okay to eat processed food. He stated in his closing statement that it's okay if you want to eat McDonald's or Burger King, you know, once a week. And I think with your subconscious mind track, if you guys stay on a sustainable level, you can't do it. Just there's nothing nutritionally dense, there's nothing bioavailable or anything worth eating, you know, that type of food, because it's based off of this. Stop asking the question why organic food is so expensive. Start asking why food at drive-thrus is so cheap. Think about that. Like, think about that and what it's actually going to do for your body. But also at the same time, find balance. I think for me it's a little bit more easier. I am a Libra, so I'm naturally scaled out a little bit. I find the equilibrium a little bit more easy. But also at the same time, meditate. Give yourself a time for yourselves. Pamper yourselves when you guys get a chance. It's going to open up your minds to so much more of that vitality process, but it's going to give you a little bit more calmness over the fact that you're going to keep going into a chronic stressful life. That, yes, this life is stressful. Just by waking up, it's putting stress on our bodies. So give yourself time for yourself, but also find time for your families. Find time for your friends. Stop making excuses. Stop living by a dollar sign. Stop making money an issue. If you make money an issue, you are a slave to that dollar, and that's unfortunate. But also at the same time, just to give you this last tip before we head out, Power of Habit, right here. This is the book that critically changed my mind on how I do things. I understood that, you know, with my drug abuse, I had constant habits. But Charles Duhigg, this man did a wonderful job. This is a critical read for all people. This kind of explains how we do things and what we can do to actually change them. So I think if you guys give yourself a chance, go out and get this book. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy read. It's a little bit redundant, but it's very cheap on Amazon, or you can find it on eBay. So that is my pick of the day for you guys. I hope you guys dive into a little bit more. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. You guys have my information. I hope you guys are well. Hustle and meditate, live like a warrior, and love each other. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.